So I'm going to just go through a hip and back release. It's stretching, a little bit of mobilization. We're going to start with soles of the feet together and just let your knees fall to the side and just think about sitting nice and tall and just breathe into the stretch and just notice how do the inner thighs feel. How's that hip joint opening? Is one knee higher than the other? Are your leggings restricting the movement? So just think inhale, exhale, hold the stretch. And you want to stay here for 20-30 seconds. You could then take a deep breath and then hold again for the same length of time. But then you can change the stretch, just take the legs out to the side and just let yourself come forward. And that's going to now go deep on the back of your thighs. Some of you will be able to walk your hands forward, drop your forearms down, even take a block and just place your hands on a block. And you're not holding your breath, you're not bouncing, you're just feeling the stretch and you're just holding it there. Release. Bring one leg over. So they're roughly 90-degree angles here. And I just want you to reach across and just a switch to lift up. And then as you come down, just let your weight come forward. Come out. Legs come across and then just over. Now obviously if one leg needs to just come out to the side, listen to your body. And then legs to the other side, come up tall. We reach across, we switch, we come up, down, and then we come over. And then we close, cross over, and come down. Now, take one leg forward and then let one drop to the side. It's going to reach up and over. Just slide and repeat that. Up and over. Up and over. Up and over. Lengthen. Hold. Just switch over to the other side. So come up and down. Just as far as it's comfortable. And just lift in. Okay, so now just come up onto all fours. Okay, you've got your hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Just think about rolling your hips round. So we call it stirring the pot in both directions. You can sit back into shell and then just let those hips transfer. That's me clicking. And then from here, take the hand wide, let the knee come out, foot comes onto the calf, and just let the hip shift and back. So look to keep the upper body still, but just shift the hip and sit back. You can shift and sit down at a slight angle and then come back. So you can shift and sit down and come back. Then just come back on. From here, we might want to scoop and release. And then let the opposite hand come out, cross the foot and just press the hip over and back. Just press the hip over and back. Press the hip over and back. What about pressing over and letting it sit down and come up? Just over. And